Good afternoon or whatever. Welcome back to another review. What? I can't talk. Welcome back to another review for a game that I played on my channel. Because everyone looks forward to these. So, today's game we'll be reviewing will be Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. This game. Let me just get off the bat. This game is amazing. I love this game so much. I don't think there's been a game that I've reviewed that I have not liked or played yet. I have a few games I don't think I'm going to like. I'm going to play them anyway. Not important. Uncharted 4 is a great game. I love that game. It's been a while since I played it, so I know it's kind of weird me reviewing it now, but I realized that I haven't updated my review little series going on in a while. So, here I am. Uncharted 4 is a great game. I highly recommend, if you're any kind of gamer who likes shooting games or first-person games at all, you need to play it. Just because it's fun. I love it. The story is compelling. It's a great mix-up into like the little universe they have going on there with the character of Nathan and all the other people. And it's a beautiful game. I'll insert some screenshots or mini video clips from my playthrough, but this game is so pretty. My favorite parts are whenever you get to the island, or whatever, the little pirate island, and you get to like go through all the houses and stuff, because that just shows how like it's very brush and beautiful, and they just did such a good job. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Okay. Positives about the game. They really improved how the whole gun setting thing works for this game, because in the previous games, you couldn't really keep a gun for too long, which is fine, because it worked well with the game. But with this one, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like they improved upon it in a way that is very hard to explain in words. But like, just when you're playing, you know it's funky, fresh, and easy to use. So, okay, let's go into character development. I'm so pale! I believe this game did a really good job at like closing out all the characters' like overall arcs. The only one I don't think they did a really good job on was Sam, because Sam is a new character in this game. For the first 3 games, there's no mention of a brother, there's no other sibling, there's no mention of family at all, really. Only until the 3rd game, whenever the bad guy, I forgot her name, is like, your last name's not really Drake. So it's a little weird in my opinion, because I played the first 3 games first, before I played the 4th one, because I wanted to know the whole experience. But, I thought it still worked. They still did a great job. I rate Sam's little story arc like an 8 out of 10. I just didn't know who he was, but he's voiced by my favorite voice actor, Troy Baker. So, like, I'm chillin'. So Nathan Drake obviously is the lead character in this whole series. He's carried the series mostly for the whole time. And where is the sun coming from? Oh, well, it makes my eyes look brighter than they really are, so. So Nathan's been kind of going on a struggle. He wants to get out, but he's obsessed with doing what he does. He doesn't like it, but he loves it in a way you can't really explain. And in this game, he really struggles with it because he got out of the game of like pirate hunter treasuring, whatever the hell it's called, and he gets married to the girl he's had like sexual tension with the whole series, Elena Fisher. It's an interesting little thing because the reason he gets back in for this game is to help save Sam's ass, because we get sent into a flashback by a story that Sam is telling Nate. Basically, Sam got out of jail because that's where he ended up with Nate at first and another guy who's the bad guy of the game. What was his name? Rafe. And they thought he was dead because he got shot and he fell through like a building. His cellmate ended up being a really powerful drug lord who was a bad guy, but like he was just powerful, not really a bad guy, but he was just very powerful and very intimidating, and he had to pay him back. And throughout it, Nathan's like, well, fuck, I have to help my brother because I haven't had him for this long. I need to get him back, right? But what ends up happening is that Sam lied about it. He got out by Rafe's hand instead, and doesn't tell Nate about that till they're like almost there. Like him and Elena basically broke up, and they were married and everything. They basically broke up on the island because he lied to her. He didn't tell her the truth, which he should have, because Sam was like, oh, you can't tell her, because like it has to be like between us two. It's a mess. So it's the whole reason Nate gets in is to save Sam. And Sam kind of like throws him a curveball and is like, hey, never mind, I just want the money for myself. And it's kind of a struggle he goes through. He's like, why can't why'd I do all this if it's not even to, like, help you? Like, you're just doing it for your own personal, like, gain. And it's something he really struggles with the whole game. But anyway, overall arcs, let's get back to that. It's a really nice closing, because at the end, they all end up alive. The main characters, at least. Because it wouldn't be an Uncharted game without the bad guy dying, right? And they end up having a happy ever after. It's really sweet. Because you've been with these characters, the first game came out... When did the first game come out? The first game came out 12 years ago. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which is the first game, came out November 19th of 2007 on the PlayStation 3. Obviously, I didn't play it on that because I was 7. Why would I do that? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, I didn't play video games until I was like 10, so that's why. I'm a mess! I guess I'll just talk over the train! I really like Nathan and Sam's overall arc in this, even though Sam is a new character. Even though Sam is a new character, he is very well integrated into the story and the main people involved. Even if you don't like him, necessarily. A very excellent character that I love throughout this whole game, because she's in it throughout most of it, is Nadine Ross. She is one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in my life. She's one of my favorite characters in video game history besides Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry, she's my number 1. And her voice actor is literally in everything. Nadine Ross's voice actress is Laura Bailey, who is amazing. She's in so much. Like, just video games alone, she's in a lot. She was in a couple Final Fantasies, she was in a couple Resident Evils, in Fallout New Vegas, in Halo 4, she was in The Last of Us. She was in all these games, including BioShock Infinite, which also has my boy Troy Baker in it. So, you know, you gotta love that. Oh my god, she was in Infamous Second Son. I'm playing that right now, I love that. Not important. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the voice actor. I'm talking about the character. Nadine is literally a badass, and she's literally more strong-willed than the bad guy who she works for, Rafe. And it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Away from individual characters, the overall story of it, and like the story you learn throughout the history of everything with all the pirate lords, is very intriguing. Because they present it in a way where you find clues as to what actually happened with Henry Avery and Thomas too. But they give it to you in such a way that you can understand it without having all the details in tow. And it's really cool. Some things aren't really realistic, like some of the puzzles you didn't think would actually ever happen, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's a video game, it's fine. There is never a dull moment, I don't think, in this game. Ever. Even the few times whenever, because like, there's the whole overall story going on with trying to save, like, Nathan trying to save Sam, right? And going through the Henry Avery and Thomas 2 storyline to get to the treasure first. But at the same time, you're also thrown back in time with, to go back and see Sam and Nate as kids after they first escaped the orphanage that they were sent to after their mom died. And it's two kind of plot points that don't really have anything to do with each other, but they help understand what's going on and with their whole dynamic at the same time. And it's just very interesting because you get to learn all these things about what happened to them when they were young at the same time as whenever they're reunited 20 years after Nate thought he was dead. Or 15, whatever it was. I love it. It was so interesting to learn about. So the DLC I have not played yet, Lost Legacy, is that what it's called? She appears in the Lost Legacy with Chloe Fraser, who's in the first 2 games, or second and third game. So you get that kind of character back, and it's great to know about. So the overall game, in my opinion, I have nothing bad to say about it, honestly. The only thing I hated was that one section whenever you're with the exploding skeletons in the mines, the Henry Avery setup, and it's just, that part's frustrating. And that, there was really never a point where I was like, oh my god, can I stop playing this game? And I feel like that's a very important trait that not a lot of video games have nowadays. Even though I think I've said this about the last 2 games that I reviewed. I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10, honestly. Because there's nothing, I don't think, bad about it. They added new characters by having them affiliated with the main characters beforehand without it feeling forced, even if it was a little bit. But I feel like they did a great job at explaining what happened to Sam and how come you don't know who he is until this moment. Only thing I wish they did, I just wish they kind of hinted at how he had a brother beforehand, like in the other games, especially with what's her face in the third game, when she's like, "You're not really a Drake," and he's like, "Oh," you know. But yeah, that's about all I had to say. Thank y'all so much for watching, and yeah, next video I have coming out is the next Spider-Man part. And if y'all have any suggestions on what y'all want to see, whether it's video game related, movies related, because I do want to do some movie related things too, such as like movie reviews or just commentary in general, because that's fun to me, because I make weird jokes all the time. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for watching. Tune in for my next video, which will be in the next Spider-Man part, and I will see y'all in whatever I do. Deuces.